So we've actually, you want to go ahead and take it?
Let's do it.
Is it Caesar?
Hello?
Hello?
Yes?
Who's this?
Caesar?
Caesar?
Caesar, how you doing? It's Matt and Tracy.
Fine. I'm on air now?
You are on the air now.
Oh, okay. I would like to start off with a question. Are you guys materialists?
Well, you want to start? Or
I guess if you're talking about in the sense of, that the natural world appears to be what is, yes.
Okay. Well, since you're a materialist, what kind of evidence do you have to support your materialism?
The natural world manifests itself. I mean, it's here.
Well,
you can see it.
Well, I know. I mean, the natural world is just evidence for the natural world.
Right,
I mean,
and if there's something beyond the natural world, it would need to be justified by evidence.
Yeah, I'd want that to manifest as well in some way.
Yeah, but that's like a neutral statement. See, none of us have the edge here. It's like
No. The edge is towards what things that are supported by evidence.
I'm saying what manifests is what exists.
Yeah, I know, but I mean, like, the natural world is not for or against God. I mean,
okay.
So it's really like a neutral statement. It's really not for one or the other side. It's right in the middle.
What's a neutral statement?
Just materialism?
That you believe in the natural world, because there's no evidence that, well, there's some things that might be evidence to your opinion, but there's generally science doesn't say there is a God, there isn't a God.
Science operates with the presumption of methodological naturalism, not philosophical naturalism. It's not proposing that nothing other than the natural world exists. It just
no, exactly. So that means he really doesn't have an opinion.
I'm sorry?
About God or no God. So it's basically
no.
Well, wait. If you're saying that materialism itself is not a statement about whether or not a God exists, I would say my atheism is what that statement is. Materialism.
Well, exactly. I know that. I mean, but generally most atheists are materialists. So it's like my point is I like to see evidence for atheism. And that's why there
is no thing.
Atheism doesn't assert something.
Yeah, it's like saying, I don't believe in Bigfoot, and if we put a label on that and call it a Bigfootism, a Bigfootism is a rejection of a claim.
Yeah, but see, the problem with that is I can play the same game. I can call myself a materialist. Now, I don't believe in materialism, and I don't need to defend myself either.
Okay, you can, but the point here is, okay, with philosophical materialism or naturalism, the assertion is that the material world or the natural world is in fact all that exists. What my position is that materialism and naturalism seem to be most likely true, in the sense that there has not been any evidence presented for anything beyond the material or natural world. But the moment that such evidence is presented, then I will no longer adopt the position philosophically of materialism or naturalism. What exists, what is demonstrable, what manifests, as Tracy would point out, that's justified. And if we're going to extend to that and say that there's some likelihood or probability that something exists in addition to this, then that is the claim for which evidence needs to be supported. I'm not asserting absolute certainty that nothing beyond the natural world exists. The only way your objection holds any merit is if we rely on claims of absolute certainty. And I reject absolute certainty across the board. The only place where absolute certainty is even feasible is with regard to labels and esoteric knowledge.
Well, yeah, as human beings, we can't be certain of anything. We're not,
we can be pretty certain of things.
Universe. I mean, that goes without saying. I mean, I believe in God, but I like to say I'm a 100% believer, but I can't, because I have to be humble about it. I'm only human, so
the question, though, is why?
What do you believe in? Why?
What do you believe in about God, and what's the justification for it?
Well, I have some evidence. I don't have proof. I mean, there's evidence and then there's proof.
Well, proof applies to mathematics. Evidence is just, we're talking about determining whether or not something's real. It's a preponderance of evidence. It is a weighting of evidence. So what exactly do you believe? Because you say you believe in God, but that doesn't tell me much, because I don't know what you mean by that. So how would you define God?
See, I don't need to define God the same
Sure
way
you do.
science doesn't need to define gravity.
No. If you say you believe in something, you have to have some definition of it. You have to have some conception.
Okay. Oh, I'm sorry. Okay. Well, I believe in gravity, but I can't define it to you.
I can. Why can't you?
I can't even
All I
demonstrate
can say
it.
about gravity is that it holds me down to Earth, and through science, I know it bends space-time and warps it.
Gravity.
But I can't tell
So you do know something about gravity and its characteristics,
well,
even though
I know
you don't.
some things about God as well.
Okay, so what is it that you know about God?
Well, everybody knows certain things about God. It's been revealed that He's omniscient, He's omnipresent.
How do you know
No.
these things?
Not everybody asserts that about a God.
Well, it's been revealed through history, and I don't really want to get
Through history. How does history reveal that a God exists that's omniscient and omnipresent?
Apollo wasn't omniscient and omnipresent.
No, an Apollo is a caricature of a human being.
He was
really.
a god.
Yeah, but those gods, ancient gods, are caricatures of
Yahweh is
man.
an ancient god.
And yeah, why is yours excluded?
Those are myths because those are caricatures of man and nature.
So is Yahweh.
And yours isn't?
No, God is no caricature of anything material. I mean, you can't even compare God to a man or to a tree or to a mountain.
What is it then?
Well, we know certain things about God. I mean, yes. It's been
Okay,
revealed
and
through
I've asked
history.
3 or 4 times now, what are those certain things?
Well, He's omniscient. He has all knowledge.
How do you know this?
Well, in order to create the universe,
Oh,
you
so
have
wait.
to have all knowledge of the universe.
So now we're asserting that he created the universe.
Okay, now there's 2 problems there. One, I don't accept your assertion that in order to create something, you have to know everything about it. I mean, that doesn't follow. But second of all, you've made another assertion that, as Tracy pointed out, God created the universe. How do you know this?
Well, there's evidence. Well, let me get back to science. And there's the finely
You haven't
tuned
been near
universe.
science. How can you get back to it? I mean, okay. Offer your evidence. Go ahead.
Well, there's the finely tuned universe.
Yes, there is the argument from fine-tuning, the anthropic principle, which is actually an argument against God.
The anthropic principle is a pure hypothesis. There is no evidence for other universes.
The anthropic principle doesn't necessitate other universes.
Yeah, it can also be by luck or by, I believe those 2. There's 3. I think there's 2, by luck or multi-universe.
No, I'm talking about the anthropic principle, the fact, the version of the teleological argument that argues that Earth is finely tuned for life. There's still nothing within there that says that it necessarily needed to be finely tuned by an intelligent, creative being.
Yeah, but I'm not just talking about life. I'm talking about the universe itself. I mean,
Really? And you think
Yeah,
you think the universe itself is tuned for what?
to exist. So let me give you an example.
Tuned to exist.
Wait.
I agree. Those things that exist are tuned to exist. Can you get any more circular than that?
Yes, but wait, let me explain. It's really short.
Yes, it is. That which exists exists.
I know, but it's still a roll of a die. If you don't there's still two possibilities. Either it was designed, chance, or the multi-universe. And the reason why I believe it was designed.
That's 3 of your 2 possibilities.
Yeah, there's 3. I mean, those are the only 3. If you have a 4th, I'd like to hear it. I don't know.
Well, I don't know. You said there were 2, and then you gave me 3.
2 for the.
I'm not
materialist.
necessarily convinced that you've come close to listing all the possible ones. But go ahead.